Oh, there goes the toilet lid. We're gonna go through some serious numbers and before and after examples here of what's going on with my startup. But first, quick reminder, the fundraise is ending at the end of this month. So yeah, that means if you go to househack.com or reinvest.co, you could still get and lock in that convertible bond. You get 5% as a yield paid out on a monthly basis, all the upside in the stock, and you can invest with credit card, ACH, or wires with absolutely no fees. Obviously, I don't recommend anybody go into debt, and make sure you read the offering circular. There is risk with every investment. You could also go to the website to learn about our artificial intelligence, and you could also buy lifetime access to it if you want, because once we actually release the product, the price is going to keep going up. Also, I'll give you all a quick little spoiler of what's coming and what we're gonna enable for those of you with lifetime access soon. Take a look. So if I go to the Reinvest app, we're combining this with the Reinvest app, and so we'll have a little tab at the bottom that'll be deals. And in this case, I've got over here zip codes of certain zip codes in Detroit. I just picked a few. I'll pick a few more over here. Update those zip codes in. And I'm sorting these by best deals, or at least deals that so far look the best. And I mean, look at this. This place looks nasty. This place doesn't look too good itself either. Ugh, great. And so over time, since we don't yet have the net worth boost or fair market value algorithms done, we're only on images, and next we're hitting valuations. So we think sometime early next year, we'll have all of these algorithms completely done. And man, I could not be more optimistic about taking something mass market. Like, this is a game changer. So some of you have asked about the financial status and reality of what the heck is going on in my real estate startup. Let's just put it this way. The artificial intelligence boom is clearly alive and well. And given that we're not like an Oracle and we rely very little on servers, we're really excited about this. So what I wrote down here are a couple notes to give you updates on. Number one, as of 12/11/2025, the company is EPS profitable. Now, obviously, things could change, but what's great about that is that's the first quarter to date ever we've been EPS profitable, and that's because we launched our AI product just 2.5 weeks before that. This includes depreciation and bond interest, which we don't have any bank debt. The only debt that we have is a set of convertible bonds that hopefully convert to equity at some point in the future. Based on the numbers that we're seeing now, we think that is a likely conversion, which is good because it gives investors all of the upside of the equity of the stock. Now, why? Okay, well, we believe that's because, well, let's put it this way. More people have bought our artificial intelligence product and lifetime access for it than we really thought people would. And so we're really excited about that. Let's go look at some real estate and talk more about it. And I know some of you were wondering, Kevin, like what valuation is your company raising money at? This report right here was done by a broker dealer in August of 2024. They valued us at $1.40 to $2 as a multiple of book value. That was when we were losing money, if I could type correctly here. We were losing money, and we had a much larger staff, and we got rid of a lot of people that were not productive for our company and focused that on the R&D talent instead. And boom, now we're cranking and profitable. And so we're still raising at this old valuation. That's one of the reasons we're ending this fundraise. Mind you, when we first started raising for this company, we raised at $1 equals $1. So when we raised our first, $25 million, we had a company that was worth $25 million, and we had $25 million of shares outstanding, plus or minus like a tiny small little fraction of fees and costs like that. Like there's no premium for the company when we started. And now we still have this fundraise going at $1.40. That's the low end of this range. And this is written by a Wall Street, firm, a broker dealer firm. I took a little screenshot here just to blow it up from the PDF of what our company is worth in August of 2024. And so right now we're raising money at $1.40. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, folks, like, why? Why are we doing that? That was back when we were losing money and we weren't the company we are today with artificial intelligence. That was just based on real estate. So I think when we close this round, we're probably going to go get a new valuation, at some point, whether that, I don't know if that's going to be right away or in the summer or early next year or whatever, 27, whatever. But it might be quite different. No guarantees, of course. Also, quick sidebar, Jack had the first sprouting plants. Both Max and I are really lagging behind. We kind of think he didn't bury his seeds very deeply, the knucklehead.
A big financial lesson that I think everybody could benefit from is understanding that when companies or people become regularly profitable, they can focus on what really makes the company or yourself as an individual grow, rather than being reliant on where am I going to get the money for the next payment from.
And that's what I think is so wonderful about what we're doing at HouseHack, which we're now calling Reinvest. It's the same company. We just like the name Reinvest because there's some really cool things that we're going to do in the long term, and the name is perfect for that. That said, we do occasionally get some people that are like, oh, cool, all right, Kevin, AI, and you do real estate. Like, how do those two even mix together? And that's the point. See, we don't buy homes that other people generally want to live in. I'll just give you a quick before and after example. Here's an example. House like this. Artificial intelligence that's trained by an expert can tell you that this patio cover here is probably leaking because of the rust and mildew. Now, maybe you can identify that, but does every home buyer, does every investor? Our goal is so that every single time a property hits the market in the future, we can automatically identify red flags and let buyers, investors, realtors make a financial analysis on, instantly, mind you, on is this property worth buying compared to what it's listed for. And if you can do that instantaneously, then you can actually broaden the number of people who can build real wealth through real estate. Now, what we've done is, we do a lot of this analysis ourselves, but we realize we don't have billions of dollars to go do all the fixer-uppers, for example, or even the non-fixer-uppers to help determine if it makes sense to renovate a property. So we spend the money that we have on artificial intelligence, but also transforming properties, like here's the after of that same property. But we have realized that there's so much demand for what we use and the tools we use and the knowledge we have. If we can train by training multiple different machine learning algorithms, essentially, and our custom weighted weightings around those, along with my experience labeling and tagging and training our AI, that is what we realize we could actually license for big dollars, because the skill to actually go in and buy these properties and make money off of buying them is why there's so much potential in this industry. Take a look for a moment. If you go into one of these fixer-uppers and you get obviously the random uneducated comment of people that are like, but Kevin, you're taking homes from people who want to live there. Dude, really? You want to live here? Look at this. This is disgusting. The roof leaks, the patio leaks, the carpet is disgusting. The kitchen is absolute filth. This is not a safe property for somebody to live in. The last thing somebody should do is move into a property like this because it's just wrong. The backyard is gross. Everything about this is just wrong. And what's remarkable is it does take investors to come into a property like this with cash often and improve this property to a state where somebody can actually live there. Now, that's what we do. We rent these properties out. We just bought 11 properties. We just rented out 2 out of the 5 renovations that are, 4 renovations that are complete. We just rented out 2, each of them in under 7 days, which is fantastic. We expect the next 3 will be rented pretty quickly as well. Some of them might even be rented within less than 7 days. So we're definitely cranking on that front. But look at the after on that kitchen. So remember that filth in that kitchen? Just look at the after for a moment. This is the kind of property, that's the same one that I showed you. This is the kind of property that people want to live in. They want to live in a property that's cleaned up. But how do people know how much money to spend on a renovation versus where to put the money and where not to put the money? And look, here's another one that we're renovating right now. This is pretty nasty. People are like, oh, Kevin, you're taking away homes for other people. Really? You buy this then. People don't want to live in this crap. It's full of mold. This is disgusting. We just did demo on this property, so it's completely been gutted and emptied out. I'll put up a little segment of myself and Jack there because it's already transformed just by doing some demo. But the point is, if our artificial intelligence can help people do this and homeowners know where to spend money, then this is a global game changer for real estate. Start with the US and expand. And yeah, look, I want to be clear. Obviously, I'm the CEO of this company. I'm mega optimistic, but we just started as let's use our AI for our own buy and hodls. And that's what we've been doing. And now I'm like, man, we could license this. Let's just see what happens when we launch it. boom, explosion of people buying lifetime access for it, because we think in the future we could charge people $200-300 a month to use this because the product would be so good. We could charge brokers or agents even more because A, they get a tax write-off, and B, they can put multiple clients in it at a time, basically doing their job, like augmenting a lot of their deal finding job for them, right? That's the whole point of AI, becoming a whole lot more productive. So top producing agents are gonna love this for their buyers. Like, I'm jumping up and down on the inside. Forgive me, maybe I'm too optimistic here. Red tape, red tape, red tape. Gotta complete my demo. I want all of it done. And you know what? I'm making an executive decision. Get rid of it. Get rid of the tub and the shower. I'm gonna have to burn my hand after this. Is not savable. See this? The water wicked up. Really gross. So let's just get rid of the whole door. I like how it's labeled rest rooms. See how I paused because they wrote it as like 2 words? Maybe it is 2 words.
It's not.
Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. Oh, there goes the toilet lid. So what even the heck is our artificial intelligence? I mean, obviously we're turning a new page of now EPS profitability, which is great because, you know, it means we can finish out our rental renovations for the deals that we acquire, and certainly we can go do more acquisitions and scale them more. But it also means we can now hire developers and scale our artificial intelligence even faster, which is great. But what is the big benefit of our artificial intelligence? Well, in my opinion, when people buy a home, they want to know, is their net worth going to go up or down based on that acquisition? And what I find today is that there is no good neural net, other than what we've created, for actually helping you determine whether a renovation is going to increase your net worth or decrease your net worth. And that's what we're creating. We're creating an app which is already built, and we're creating more features that look at properties and rank them based on the condition of those properties, give you, over time, an estimate of not only what the condition adjusted value of the property is, but how that compares to the market value of that property and renovation costs in your area, and then essentially lets you say, hey Kevin, if I go buy this and renovate the kitchen and the bathrooms, paint it and floor it, how much would my net worth go up? Now the beauty is, automatically across the entire country, without having to go back to servers every single day, I'll explain that in just a moment, we can rank every single property that hits the market in America by how much it potentially changes your net worth. We believe that is ridiculously valuable, not just to homeowners or to flippers or to investors or to institutions, but we also think it's exceptionally valuable to people who want to renovate. Imagine you take a picture of your bathroom and you're like, man, I want to renovate this bathroom. How much is my net worth going to go up if I do this renovation? Well, you can see based on the market value of what your property is worth right now, how much you're into it for, relative to how much it would cost to renovate the bathroom and how much that could potentially change the market value of your property. All in an app. And see, the cool thing is, regarding servers, you know, people always say, oh, well, you know, your compute, or you spend all this money on compute. Surprisingly, because we just have to rank all the properties that people that hit the market on a daily basis or that people upload to us, because we could just rank those once, we can then feed them to people who pay the monthly fee for the service without any extra server cost or nominal extra server cost. I think there's a huge advantage to this. This actually means we could scale our product ridiculously fast. I actually think that, you know, it's surprising to me that people haven't actually gotten into developing real estate artificial intelligence products like this. I mean, somebody could potentially buy I mean, if it were for sale, I'm not offering it for sale, but somebody could potentially buy our artificial intelligence software and get so far ahead in the world of artificial intelligence and real estate because nobody's doing this. That's because, you know, I go to these properties on nearly a daily basis to find out, hey, how are our renovations progressing? And I'm looking at the cost and value of these renovations on a daily basis, and we're going, okay, all right, this is what's making money right now. These are the trends. This is what's in. This is what's not making money on renovations. Here are the mistakes to identify. Here are the mistakes to avoid. And we can incorporate that and train our neural nets to do that. I spend a lot of time training our neural nets, and so it's actually coming from somebody who's a real estate investor and has been a real estate broker for, 13 years as a broker, 15 years in the real estate game. And so this is what I do for a living. And this is amazing because
It gives us an opportunity to scale this product to realtors across the nation. So that way, if, you know, realtor Mike, let's say, is in a listing appointment with his client and all of a sudden a great deal hits the market, you know, some house over here hits the market, and the client gets a notification from the Meet Kevin app via, you know, Mike the realtor that says, hey, this actually looks like it's a good deal. All of a sudden Mike comes back and says, wow, I got a client who's ready to write an offer on a deal. Kevin's app already did the valuation, already prioritized the deal, and has us over there looking at it before other people are looking at it. To me, that's really valuable. Now, of course, then people start wondering, oh, you know, but is there, you know, what if everybody's using the app? It's the thing, not everybody does. And the people who win will be the people who do, in my opinion. So I'm really excited about that. So when people ask me about, Kevin, like, where do you see this going? Well, I see the total addressable market for this software basically being as many people buy homes and sell homes every single year, plus the people who renovate homes. You've got 4 to 6 million transactions every single year on average. That's huge. That's just America. That's not even international. And so I think there's a huge value, and we don't even need like artificial general intelligence or some kind of big increase in AI compute capabilities to keep blowing up what we're doing. We don't need any of that. What we need is just what we have right now. Our dev team, which we're hiring a couple more for our dev team, and then what? We'll scale it. Now, fortunately, we get a heads up, or sort of a leg up, if you will, by advertising for free on YouTube, this AI that we have. A lot of other startups don't have that benefit, and so I'm really grateful that we're able to do this. But what it means is we've got to get to this next phase of now working with venture capital folks who look at this and go, wow, we can market this. And so as a result, we're like, okay, we'll start our marketing, we'll be the proof point, and from there, we're gonna close our Reg A fundraise, because why pay a 5% yield to people, which we're doing, you know? I mean, if somebody locks this in, I mean, you could technically invest with wire, ACH, or credit card, no fees. I don't recommend that. I never recommend taking on debt to make an investment. But you can do that at househack.com. Just make sure you read the offering circular. You know, every investment has risk. But what's remarkable to me is I think this offering, like, I want to invest more in it too before we close at the end of this year, because I see this long-term potential. And every time I make a video like this, I get comments from y'all that say, hey, you should include this, you should get Canada in, you should get Europe in, you should make it so that, you know, we can identify code violations when we submit pictures of a property or pictures of a panel or whatever. And we can do all of that over time. And so I think that, and just this excitement over what we're doing, has moved us to a state of profitability, which is really, really exciting, and knock on wood, we can keep this going. On top of that, we get to now farm R&D tax credits, which is just remarkable. But anyway, point is, Househack is closing its fundraise, and we're kicking butt. So for the people looking for an update on Househack, here it is.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.